Joining me now is Mike Coles, owner-operator of Joe Dogs in downtown Burlington. Thanks for joining me today, Mike.
Thanks for having me. Thanks for getting me on here.
I'm excited to speak with you. This is a family favorite restaurant. We're always downtown on the patios and enjoying all of the great stuff our downtown core has to offer. And Joe Dogs is one of my kiddos' favorites as well. You've always done a great job of really engaging with the community. I'd love to start off by chatting about what this COVID period has been like for Joe Dogs.
It's funny. Bringing a little tears to the eyes, to be honest with you. It's been a tough go, up and down. You know, back in March of 2020, nobody knew, right? Nobody knew what was going to happen. We rolled into it. We had an incredible summertime because of the patio, because of our footprint here. And then whammo again. You know, in comes the colder weather and we tried to adapt. We tried to put tents and we tried to make it warm for our Canadian people who love the climate, but it didn't work out. And then we had some hiccups with the city. Myself and Barry Glazier fought the city pretty hard down at the Martini House, and which came to an abrupt end. That's a whole nother story as well. And then came summertime again and opened the doors and rah, you know, COVID went away and we did what we did. We social distanced. We did all the stuff that the government needed us to do, and here we are again, rolling into the colder months. And you know, I'm positive we'll get out of this. You know, you have to stay positive. But it's been a roller coaster for sure.
Mike, the Joe Dogs community is a community in that sense. You have regulars and you have staff that have been with you for a while, and you have this sort of family, if you will, there. And you're absolutely right. That patio, every time I'm there, I know somebody that's been there or that's there all the time. What is that community and family like for Joe Dogs?
You know, the community outpour has been unbelievable. It really has been. And when COVID first hit, when we had to turn and pivot to takeout, we thought, hey, this is going to be okay, because it was unbelievable. Everybody wanted to support. But then you understand that, you know, that support has to go throughout the city, because there are so many other great restaurants in downtown. And then there's the ones that do the takeout model anyway, like the McDonald's and the Wendy's and the pizza places. So you can only spread your regular clientele. When you talk about your staff, my staff have been unbelievable. You know, they come in on their off time. They've worked for free at some stages throughout this pandemic, and they come back because they know that, well, hopefully I treat them properly, the customers treat them properly, and they're making a good living. And then that's the tough part about this whole thing is, you know, in summertime we went from 50, 60 staff. Now I'm down to, you know, 6 or 7 that are making this happen. Yeah. So, and then you cross your fingers that come March, April, if it again turns on the upswing, that there are those people out there that still want to be in this industry. And that's the tough position right now is people are making an effort to go, okay, am I going to be in the restaurant industry, or am I going to go look for something else? Right, and that's it's a tough go for many of our restaurants around.
For me, as a community member, Mike, anytime we turn and we ask Joe Dogs for support, you are there and you are happy to support the fundraisers, the dinners, all of the things that Joe Dogs does for their community, to me is what makes your restaurant so special. Can you tell us a little bit about your community partners and what Joe Dogs is still doing, even though we're going through all of this, to be a part of their community?
When we first started in this, it was big support with the Wellington Church just down the street from us. We had a lot of food that, you know, would have gone bad. So I think we ended up feeding about 500 people at the Wellington Church for lunches. The Compassion Society is huge. A great friend of mine and ex-partner, Andrea Dodd, is on the board of the Compassion Society. And us with Labatt's, who are great partners with us, we got together just before Christmas and fed them lunches as well. We've done a toy drive for Toys for Tots over the last 2 years. We've done a can drive for Women's Shelter and And over the last 24, well, we're on 24 years coming up in February, we've done a ton of different community outings. And we're okay with doing it.
Yeah.
So yeah, although we're still having a good time, and again, we'll get through this, but we know that there are people out there that still need help.
It's amazing to hear how optimistic you continue to be and how supportive you are of your community. Just to wrap up, what is your hope for 2022 from the restaurant industry?
I think we'll get out of this. Like when you look around, I thought there would be more closed doors. You know, when you think about our great friends at Emma's Back Porch down on the lake, they got out of it quick, and I know Craig very well, and I know the reasonings behind that. But there are still some big restaurants who have been around for a long time. Their doors are open, and I firmly believe their doors will be open in a couple of months from now. Knock on wood, and that'll be it for this pandemic.
Well, I'll knock on wood too. Mike, thank you so much for joining us today, and thank you for your continued support of our community. It truly means so much to everyone around you. Best wishes.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.